welcome in, Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boating with Tomorrow's Provost Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
And we are live with Karen Denman.
Good morning.
Welcome in, Karen. One day I'm not gonna be on the show, and I'm just gonna let you run it. Is that okay?
No.
We have Josh here helping out. You know, he can run the camera.
Yeah, Josh can do it.
All you have to do is sit here and talk. He'll
just
run
sit here
everything.
and smile.
Yeah, if you want to, Karen, I'd be down for that. I don't know if you would though.
No, I don't think so.
I'll pay you a little bit more. I pay you such huge.
Yes,
money
you
for
do.
this.
Yeah.
Just took out a third mortgage on the house.
Checks in the mail.
Checks not in the mail. Checks there in friendship. So I pay you in friendliness.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know how much of a payment that is, Carrie, but it works out. Hey, we want to welcome you in. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a
Non-Mimosa Monday.
That's it. As
But
always,
it is a holiday week.
It is. I'm looking forward to it. And
Yes.
you get a little R&R, I heard.
do, yes.
Good.
Yes. I'm going to be off
Congratulations.
Thursday and Friday, so I'm looking forward to that.
I know y'all are heading down to the coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing any fishing down there or just kind of hanging out?
The guys probably will. They'll do some fishing.
I
won't.
You ever did any of that deep sea fishing?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I have a couple of times. I enjoyed it. I don't like fishing. I like catching. So,
Yeah, the
you know,
fishing.
once something's not, if I'm not getting a bite, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go.
Done. Next. I've only went deep sea fishing one time, and I know it's supposed to be enjoyable, and everybody's supposed to say, "Oh, well, it's great." Well, I took Dramamine. Is that what you call it? Dramamine.
Yep.
We went with the church group, and I'm not being rude about this, but there's always got to be that guy in the church group that has to I don't even know how to describe it. I'm talking like a guy that's a grown man that always has to do something nerdy, okay? That used to be me. I'm not going to lie. But there's always that one guy that if it's like you're going to something like a carnival, right? They're going to wear a carnival shirt. Or if they're going to a Star Wars movie, they're going to wear a Star Wars shirt.
So he wore a fishing shirt?
Yes. And I was like, why are you wearing that, dude? And it was a T-shirt that I know that he specifically bought to go on this deep sea fishing trip. And you know what the shirt said? Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. And we're all just dogging.
That doesn't work.
No, we're just all dogging on this guy, man. And we were in a fun way, you know. We weren't hating on him, but there's always got to be that one. You ever have that, like sometimes with a group, and I'm not making fun of people. I'm just saying because I know I've been the one in some cases, but there's always got to be that one that does something. Here's like, why are you doing that? Mm-hmm. That's like you. You love cats, but you don't go out wearing a shirt that says meow 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 meow.
No, I don't even have a cat shirt.
Yeah, see. So you can love things and enjoy things without having to go the extra mile.
Advertise it.
Yes, you don't need to do that. Karen doesn't. You never know unless you watch the show or you're friends with Karen to know that she's a cat lady. She loves cats.
I do.
You would have loved American Idol the other night. You ever watch
I do not watch that.
Not American Idol. America's Got Talent.
Oh.
You never?
No, I didn't see. Somebody did something with cats?
Yes. Do you watch that one, America's Got Talent? There was a rapper that got up on stage. This guy was decked out. I thought he was about to throw it down. I mean, he looked like he was ready to rock the world. You know, there's some guys that when you see him, you know that this guy's going to be the best of the best, right? So he gets up there. He's dressed up, man. He's got the full ensemble going. I was like, man, I can't wait to hear this guy. He's going to rock it. The first thing that comes out of his mouth, he says, well, man, I'm a cat guy. And like this is a rapper. He's like, I'm a cat guy. And I want to be positive on this show, but can I just say that this is mean of me. Mel B she doesn't need to be on America's Got Talent. She's just, I don't know what it is. I just don't enjoy watching the show whenever she comments, okay? It's probably some people watch this show. They don't like when I comment. But I'm just not a Mel B fan. She's so negative all the time. And, is it really, really that good? It's just, I don't like her, okay? I'm sure if I met her in person, she'd be a nice person. But on that show, I just don't like watching it.
Now, who is she?
I have no idea who she is.
She's a singer?
Yeah, I guess is she one of the Spice Girls? Do you remember the Spice Girls?
I do.
I think maybe she was an original.
Okay, she was an original Spice Girl.
Maybe. Let me see. Mel. Yes. Yeah, she was one of the original Spice Girls back in the day.
Okay.
Okay, that's who she is. It's weird how my brain forgets so much, and then all of a sudden I remember something totally pointless. But on that show, this guy gets up and he starts saying, man, I'm a cat guy. He goes, where my cat lovers at? and all these people are shaking their heads like, this guy's a moron. Well, he starts off his rap like, let me hear you say meow, 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 meow.
No way.
And at first I'm like, oh, this is terrible, right?
Oh, my goodness.
But everyone starts getting into it. And she immediately buzzes him. Everyone else thinks it's awesome. Sofia Vergara's on the show, too. I thought she would vote yes for this guy. Simon loved it. Simon's the biggest one of all that's always judging everyone, you know. Yes. Simon Cowell. Well, Simon likes it. Howie likes it. Mel B's like, no, I really, really don't like this one. That's how she talks. It's annoying. So she buzzes him right away. And I thought Sophia was going to vote yes. She didn't. So all the crowd loved this guy. I love the guy, even though it was one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. But he was rapping about cat people. He's like, where my cat people at? Meow, meow, meow. I thought of you. I told Bridget last night, I said, I got to send this to Karen. And I should have found a clip of it and sent it over to you for this morning. But that was it. So that's that'll be on your pull playlist, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Just like absolutely. And then you turn around and not. Hey, well, welcome in. Let us know this morning if there's something that you do that everyone considers nerdy, like the here fishy guy. Maybe there's someone out there that you guys do something that it just annoys the fire out of everybody. Let us know what it is this morning. I know one of mine on the media side is someone told me that I say man too much. Where I used to work in Fargo, my old boss, she told me, she goes, you say man all the time. Man. So if that annoys you, that's my annoying thing that I do, Karen. Is there anything that you do that anyone's ever said, Karen, do you do that? Can you stop doing that?
I'm sure there is, but nobody's told me about it.
So if you see Karen today, here's the tie into all of this. Go into Walker County Federal Credit Union this morning, set up an account. Go in there and set up an account first. Tell them you heard about it here on the show.
Make a loan.
And then as you walk out, if there's something about Karen that you just want to, tell her, just tell her as you walk out, But there wouldn't be anything bad. It's always good.
Well,
Karen.
I can't make the cookies right, so.
Okay, there you go.
I got cookie duty taken away. So there's that.
Gone. Okay, so tell
Yeah.
Karen. Say, Karen, we love you, but that cookies.
Yeah. Because when it says 13 minutes, you cannot leave them in there 13 and a half minutes.
Oh, it'll burn them. It'll burn them. I'm glad that oven works. So
Yes.
it's good.
Yeah. It's working great.
I picked that thing up outside of Richards. You know, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and you know who found it for us?
Mayor Humphrey.
Mayor Humphrey found that thing for us, and he sent me a message. It was in church on a Sunday. And Bridget was like, "Get off your phone." I was like, "No, it's the mayor. The mayor message. You gotta respond." And so it was Mayor Humphrey, and he found that, and I went and got that thing. It was only $100. That was a steal of a deal.
Yeah, we use it.
And I thought it was. Say, oh, sorry, it doesn't look exactly like the pictures, but I cleaned it up. It looks nice.
Yeah.
So she
Looks
just
good.
had it. She had it sitting like on a shelf, and it was dusty. I was like, whatever, it's not a big deal. Cleaned it up, and now it's perfect. And you can go, and it's pretty much brand new. And Walker County Federal Credit Union cookies on Friday.
That's right. And since we're closed on Friday this week, maybe we'll make them on Thursday.
Oh, y'all should. I've only been in there on a Friday once after that, and I need to go back in there and start eating them again.
Yep.
And if anyone wants to start bringing others treats and snacks, feel free to.
Absolutely. You can leave them right on my desk.
Just bring them in. And it's so easy. When you walk in through the door, now it's going to be easy to see Ruthie over there, and Ruthie's going to be nice, and she's always so friendly, you know. But you just deviate from Ruthie, and you go immediately to your right, and that's Karen in there. And you say hello to Karen.
First one on the right.
That's right. Hey, we do want to welcome you in as we get rolling here on a Monday. As always, big thank you to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. Elliot's on vacation this week, so he is out.
Where'd he go?
Not sure. I know he and Dr. White are out, though, this week. He told me that he was going to be gone. And next week, we did raise some funds and quite a few things for Rays of Hope earlier in June, earlier this month. And we have been putting a few things together and waiting on a couple of last things to come in. And so when Elliot gets back sometime next week or the week after, we're going to go present some checks to some area organizations.
That's great.
So we're very thankful for that. But again, Elliot Herzlich, he is one of our main supporters since we started here, elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, here on episode number 540 this morning, big thank you to our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. They are your full-service community credit union serving Walker County since 1957. So why do they call it? Was there 57 ingredients, I think, in the ketchup? Is that what they call it?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. That might be a trivia question.
Could be.
Yeah.
If it was called Heinz 57 and there's 57 ingredients in the ketchup, how much junk is in that ketchup? Because what do you need to make? Have you ever made? You ever made any
ketchup? No.
Never made any homemade condiments, anything like
No.
that? I think my aunt made mustard once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was kind of cool. So we do want to welcome all of you, too, that are joining us online. And also, if you are listening on the Spirit Radio FM app, we've been going for a few minutes. I forgot to turn the Spirit Radio FM app on, so we just did that. So we do want to welcome you in here with Walker County Federal Credit Union this morning on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. I wanted to say thank you really quick to many, many of you. So many of you have been so good to this show and have just been a friend and a supporter. One of our shows last week, Karen, and the week before that for you guys, which was really awesome. We had almost 1,000 views on one of them, and one of them, in fact, we had almost 1,200 views. So people are sharing and helping us and getting the broadcast out, and we appreciate all that. It's folks like Jay Elms who's joining us, saying, good morning, going to be a great day. That's all.
Oh, I didn't realize I could see up there.
Yeah, it's kind of small, though, right?
I always try to make out the names from over there, and I can't really see that.
But that's kind of small,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I can still see, though.
See, I've got a way. We have a TV in front of us. This was Billy Cawthon had the idea. And see, I can make it a little bit bigger, like this. Let's see if this works, Karen. And then I wonder if I could. Nope, I don't want to do it that way. Hold on. There we go. Now you can see him a little bit better, right? So there we go. Yeah, Jay Elms joining us this morning. Kyle
Hi,
with
Jay.
us. Good morning to you, Jay. Appreciate you, brother.
Kyle. Hi, Kyle.
Kyle Kreiner's there, our friend, the Horn. Do you know Richard and Linda Horn?
Yes, I do. They are so sweet.
Yeah, they're
Great
with
people.
us saying good morning, Huntsville. They came, I think, whenever you joined us. We haven't had a Billy Cawthon lunch bunch in a while.
I was wondering, are y'all still doing the Friday lunch
We
report?
tried to. It's just been a
Okay.
while because Billy's been really busy, and just our schedules in the summer have been pretty hectic. But
The
yeah,
Horns came one day when
they did,
I met y'all at Potato Shack.
yeah, went over there, and it was really good. Kyle said 57 formulas, I believe.
Oh.
But is that in the ketchup, though?
But how many things could you put in ketchup?
Well, you know, all those preservatives and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Do you ever drink? Do you ever drink sodas?
I'm not a big soda
Not a soda,
fan, but I do like Diet Dr. Pepper and I like Coke Zero.
Hey, have you had Dr. Pepper Zero?
I have.
Oh my goodness, that stuff is
good.
bad. It's
Yeah.
really bad good. I got hooked on these poppy sodas. They're supposed to be more natural, and if you read the ingredients, there's nothing in there that you can't pronounce.
Oh, that's good to
They're
know.
only 30 calories for a 16-ounce can. I like them.
They're fizzy.
They're really fizzy. They've got a little sweetness to them, so it's not like your flavored water, carbonated water that doesn't really taste good. And they've gained a lot of popularity. The problem is they're really expensive. We were at Sam's yesterday, though, and I found I want to say it was like a 20-pack for $20, which isn't bad for that. Actually, that sounds pretty reasonable.
It's $1 a piece.
Yeah, it's not bad. It was something like either a 14 or a 20-pack. I think they were a little more than $1 a piece. But they're really good. Bridget didn't like it. She goes, well, this tastes like cough medicine, like flavored cough medicine with fizz to it for me. So I think it is one of those things that you have to acquire. But I realize I'm a huge soda drinker, Karen. I drink way too much soda.
I prefer iced tea.
See,
I like tea.
Yes, and I love sweet tea. Are you a sweet tea or unsweet, and then you add your own stuff?
If it's unsweet, I'll put sweet and low in it. I'm funny about my sweetener, though. I don't like Equal and I don't like Splenda. It's got to be sweet and low in the pink package.
It's got to be the pink one, yeah. Well, I'm a huge fan of McDonald's sweet tea, but you've got to hit it at the right time because, they leave that out all day.
And if it tastes, you can tell if it's not fresh and it's funky, it's got a bad aftertaste.
If it's been there and you're like at the tail end of that batch, you'll know it.
Yes, you will.
So McDonald's, when they're on, and I think they've got some of the best sweet tea ever. Now, we don't have one here in Huntsville. We need one. It's in the Austin area called Bush's Chicken, and it is really good. It's kind of like a Chicken Express. Bush's Chicken sweet tea is absolutely the best sweet tea I've ever had in my life. They are number one on the list. McDonald's number two. But again, it's hit or miss. Bush's
McAllister's has good tea. Have you tried theirs?
I have. It's kind of got that cooked flavor to it to me, though. Does that make sense?
I usually get the unsweet there and put sweet and low in it, but it always is fresh. I've never gotten a bad cup of tea there.
My mom has always, growing up, she always cooked tea on the stove. She boiled it, and it was good.
That's
Don't get me wrong, it was good. But I could tell that it was like it had that cooked flavor to it. It sounds kind of weird because I guess that's how you do it anyways.
You have to brew it.
Yeah, McAllister's is like down there, probably like number 5 or 6 for me. But another good one, and this one is hit or miss too, but it's good. It's Chicken Express sweet tea.
I don't ever go there because it's kind of inconvenient.
Are you a
where it
chicken
is.
tender eater?
Not really. I'm not much of a.
Catfish? You like catfish?
I do, yeah.
So if you ever get a craving for chicken tenders and catfish at the same time, Chicken Express, you can get the combo over there and just tell them to add in a couple pieces of fried cat. It's really good.
I'll have to try that.
The problem is, and I'm not hating on Chicken Express, but here's the problem with the Chicken Express sweet tea. When you walk into some of these chicken places, what does it smell like?
Chicken.
It smells like chicken, right? It smells like chicken.
And grease.
And when you walk out and you smell your arm, what does it smell like?
Chicken.
Chicken.
And grease.
For some reason, I have no idea how this happens, but that chickeny flavor migrates its way into the sweet tea. So you drink it, you get the really good first hit of the tea. You're like, man, this is good. It's sugary. It tastes great. It's everything sweet tea should be. And then it's that aftertaste.
And it's chicken.
It's chicken. And you're like, did I just eat 3 or 4 tenders?
Right.
And I didn't even touch any. But it's still good. I'll take a chicken flavored sweet tea from Chicken Express any day though, so it's good. The Horns, Linda is saying that Bucky's tea is amazing. I've never had Bucky's tea.
I haven't either. I always get an iced when I go there.
Do you stop by? Do you always go out of the way if you see the Bucky's? Do you stop at it, or do you usually just pass it by?
If I'm driving, I usually just keep going.
Just keep on
but
rolling.
Usually, if I'm not driving, whoever else is in the car wants to go. So
I've enjoyed Bucky's, but I've also disenjoyed it. And the reason is it is caught on like wildfire. And there is rarely a time that you go in that place to where it's not shoulder to shoulder people.
right, and you walk out and you've spent $100, and you're thinking, what did I just do?
Yeah. And you go in, what do you go there for? What do you typically go to a gas station for?
Gas.
Gas, right?
Right, and you don't have to go in to get the gas.
There's two things growing up that we went to a gas station for. One, it was gas, and 2 was go to the bathroom. Those are the only 2 things. And what do? They get you on the convenience items.
Oh, yes.
So then you go in and you get
Just to get to the bathroom, you got to walk by all that fudge and beef jerky and all that other stuff.
And then there's stuff in there that doesn't even make sense. That you're on your way to the restroom and you'll pass a CB antenna. Now, you haven't done this, Karen, but I have. I know you haven't, but I have. I'm like, man, do I need a CB radio now?
Yeah.
Like
and look at those dishes over there.
Wow.
Man, those are pretty.
Boy, check out that belt buckle. I'll
And
really
those
look.
candles. Oh, my goodness. And that shirt, I really like that shirt.
And at Buc-ee's, they figured this out.
Yes, they have.
They have figured this out to a T. And we went into Buc-ee's. I'll go in and I'll usually get, they sell my Arizona teas there. I get these Arizona, they call them RX Energy teas. They're really good. I love those teas. They have them for $1 a piece. It's really cheap there. And I can't find them hardly at any gas stations anymore. So when I go to Buc-ee's, I'll usually get the gas, which their gas is the cheapest, by the way. It really is. I thought they were the cheapest. They're not. I mean, I went to the Buc-ee's in Madisonville, and then like 2 steps down the street, I was like, this is 10 cents cheaper. Why did I go to Buc-ee's? But I'll go in, I'll get the gas, I'll go in and get the tea, and sometimes I'll get, one of the barbecue sandwiches that are really good and all that. Well, Bridget and I, here's an example. You said you spend money that you don't have at that place. We go in the other day, and we have the kids with us. And what did we walk out with? We got gas. I got my tea. The beaver nuggets are good. They're little
yes.
Those
are
good.
addicting.
They have the nuts there, that are like in the snow cone
Yes.
little cup.
Yes.
I don't even like those, but I'll eat them because they just smell so
They're
good.
so good.
They put them at the checkout. How are you going to say
so you
no?
grab 2.
Yes. And they're so friendly. Hey, how you doing? We're open. Come over here. Smiling. And they're smiling because they're making like $18 an hour over there at that. Come on over. They're getting 401k, health benefits. I've seen managers over there make $80,000 a year. I'm like, man, I need to start looking at Buc-ee's. I'm gonna start a Buc-ee's ministry. I'm gonna work there and minister at Buc-ee's. To work out
That sounds
great.
like a plan.
But we go in for all this. We walk out with all these other things, and we walk out with Buc-ee's hats for the kids. So Caden's got a little red hat with little ears on it now, a Buc-ee's hat. Braylon walks out with a rainbow-colored Buc-ee's hat, a little girl one that's glittery and, all these sparkly colors. And then out of all the other things we could walk out with, we walk out with I just said bathing suits, and that's a pet peeve of mine. Swimsuits for Braylon and trunks for Caden. A little swim outfit for him.
I saw Braylon with her little Buc-ee's swimsuit on.
We didn't need it.
I know it. Because she's probably got a bunch of others.
Yeah, and now she wears
Worked just fine.
She'll get home from school or church or whatever, and the first thing she does, she runs into her room. She's Little Miss Clothes Diva now. I was telling you about this before the show. But she'll go into her room, and what will she do? She'll throw on that Buc-ee swimsuit. And I'm like, baby, we're not going swimming. Oh, I want to wear it, Daddy. And I'm not going to tell her no.
Yeah.
Now, she wanted to wear it out in public. I'm like, we're not wearing that thing out in public, Brandon. But she throws that thing on. She's obsessed with her Buc-ee's swimsuit. And Caden is obsessed with his little Buc-ee's hat, his little buckaroo Buc-ee's hat. So they figured it out.
Yes, they have.
And I have no idea how they figured it out, but they have.
They have.
There was when I was broadcasting, I missed the traveling part of broadcasting, Karen. We get to travel all over the place on somebody else's dime. That was what was fun.
Even better.
Yeah, way better. But with the high school stuff, that's still on my dime, and it's still fun because we get to drive, and I love driving and seeing I just like driving through little towns that you've never heard of and wondering about those towns. How did it get founded? And then you see the little mom and pops, and the little towns are really special because it is truly those mom and pop businesses that keep that town afloat. There's no corporate entities in these towns. And I remember we were driving and we were out in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden this really big gas station popped up, and it was called like Cowboys or something. And I went in there, and did you know that everything they have in there looked just like it was a smaller version of a Buc-ee's? Even the logo looked like it. So I got on Google, and I started researching this, and it turns out Buc-ee's is suing them for infringement.
Really?
Because everything in there felt like you were at a Buc-ee's, but with different logos and different.
So they had all the homemade fudge and
all that stuff. Barbecue
too.
sandwich,
Yeah.
but it was smaller.
Yeah.
It was like maybe an eighth of the size of a regular Buc-ee's. But I think it was called Cowboys. And so you walk in, and there's like a picture of this cowboy, and his like Buc-ee's has their mascot. Well, their mascot's Tex. They even had like a Tex statue out. I mean, the whole nine.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there thinking.
And what town was that in?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I wish I could remember. It was out in the middle of nowhere. We just drove through, and I remember telling Nathan, my buddy Nathan was with me. I said, that seemed weird to you. He's like, what do you mean? I said, didn't it feel like we were at a Buc-ee's? He goes, yeah, it did. And then I looked it up. They've been sued. They're getting sued by them. So
Wow.
don't infringe on Buc-ee's because they will come after you, by the way. Well, hey, we're going to take a quick break. Want to talk about some other things happening here in our community. Also, trivia night tonight. We'll give you an update on that and a lot of other great things happening here in Huntsville. We'll have a keyword as well. I've got another $20 that we're giving away to Cat Cafe. That has been a hot item over the last week or so. And so we're going to give away another gift certificate to Cat Cafe. And I do have two. I'm a gentleman. A couple of times I'll be a gentleman, all right? And Tara Burnett and another lady had won certificates from us on the show, and I always deliver to those two ladies. So I will be delivering those this week.
Great.
They don't have to go out of their way. I deliver. Yeah. So we'll take a quick break. We'll have that keyword in just a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show with Karen Denman of Walker County Federal Credit Union here on a
Non-Mimosa Monday.
Stay with us. More to come. It is Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Imagine a voice of hope reaching every corner of Huntsville, from homes and hospitals to prison walls. That's the heart of Spirit Radio. We're a truly local 501c3 nonprofit, and we're raising $25,000 to build our tower and get on the air. With your help, we'll broadcast encouragement, truth, and the love of Christ across our community and across the world through the Spirit Radio FM app. Visit spiritradio.fm and give today. Let's bring light to Huntsville and beyond together.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Billy Cawthon of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and you're listening to Spirit Radio, the spirit of Huntsville.
The spirit of Huntsville, spiritradio.fm.
All right, there's that keyword on your screen now if you're on the social media channels. You know who needs to text in? Our buddy Clyde Law. He watches every morning on
does he?
Watches on LinkedIn.
Oh, I didn't know it was on LinkedIn.
Yeah, Stacy, I ran into her a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was a month ago. We were just talking about how half the year's already over.
Yes.
What happened to 2025? Are we in 2025?
We are in 2025.
Had a feeling we were in 2026 for some reason. No, Clyde, if you never text in, my friend. Keyword is fireworks, F-I-R-E, fireworks. All one word. You text that in to 936-339-0139. Again, it's 936-339-0139. It's your chance to win some Cat Cafe this morning. Hey, that suits you, Cat Cafe.
Yes. And I have not been there.
Well, you need to go.
I do.
Now, that Cat is her daughter. That's Catherine is her daughter. That's Elizabeth Floor's daughter over there. So it's not Cat, like Meow Meow Cat.
Yeah.
But it's Cat.
I knew it stood for something.
Cat. And I think it stands for actually coffee, arts and tea.
Tea, yes.
Oh, and we're talking about tea.
Yeah.
This all flows together this morning.
Yeah, it does.
So text in this morning, fireworks. 4th of July, right around the corner. The city's going to have a big hoopla again this year.
Yes,
and it's always a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that I miss that every year.
I usually do too, and again this year we'll be out of town. So,
but I know it's beautiful. The first year that we came back, we did go because Bridget was pregnant with Caden, and so obviously we didn't want to go to Lake Buchanan with her expecting within the next 2 weeks. So we stayed here in Huntsville that year. That was in 2023, so 2 years ago, and it was awesome. We went over to the park over there. My mind just went blank. The park's name.
Kate Bar Ross?
Yes, Kate Bar. My mind just completely lost. Kate Bar Ross. We went over there, and it was so beautiful. The fireworks at night, and that whole area. Delphina was there, and boy, her food trailer was the busiest trailer.
I bet it was.
People wrapped around the corner trying to get in over there. It's one of those deals. Sometimes you don't ever want to like be rude, but it's kind of like, oh man, well, I kind of know Delphina maybe a little bit more than others, so I'm gonna kind of sneak in over there.
Mm-hmm.
I almost did that, and I was like, I can't do that because everybody knows Delphina.
Everybody knows Delphina.
So
yes,
it's not like you're gonna get something special. She's gonna make everyone feel special.
Yes, she is.
Bridget was like, well, you know her, just go over there real quick. I was like, I can't do that. Well, Braylon's hungry. She needs food. Tell her the babies need food. And I was like, the babies? We only got one. And she's like, we got another one in me. So the babies, both of them need food. But it was fun. We went a couple of years ago. I want to encourage folks, get out there. That's going to happen on Friday. So they do it right on the 4th of July. Go out and be a part of the 4th of July celebrations at Kate Bar Ross Park. And I need to get our 4th of July events guide updated this week. So I will work on that today. Be on the lookout on the HelloHuntsvilleTX.com website, as I'll have our 4th of July guide up a little bit later today, so folks will know what to do for the 4th of July. We will be, as we typically do, Bridget's dad has turned this into a family tradition. We go to the hill country, to Lake Buchanan. There is a really cool place out there. This guy had bought a bunch of property right on the water and built like 9 little small hotel rooms, just little, kind of like an inn. And so we go there, and then another one is his office on the bottom, and then up top is a bigger room that's like a multi-room with the kitchen, and then it splits off into several bedrooms. And Bridget's dad one year found out about this, and he rented like 4 of those rooms on the side, and then the next year he just kept renting, and more people kept coming. And so now he rents out the whole thing almost, except 2 of the rooms. So the rest of it's all Bridget and all Bridget's family. Yeah. And it's pretty neat. I mean, it's like the Brennan takeover for the 4th of July. And he does it as soon as we're checking out, like on that, we'll usually check out on Sunday or whatever, or Monday.
He rents it for the next year.
Immediately puts down a deposit and says, we're back next year. He's been doing that for like 6 years now.
Oh, that's neat.
So that's kind of our little family getaway now every year. And it's a lot of fun. It's right there on the water, and you can it's enough too to where you can go out there and go swimming in it, which is really nice. I mean, it's one of those cool ones where one part of it's rocks on the backside, but then the other side it's kind of grass and dirt, and then it just slowly leads into the lake. And so you can just kind of walk your way down in there.
Yeah, that sounds neat.
The thing in Central Texas that's great is you don't have to worry about alligators in the water.
But there are snakes.
I have a buddy of mine that was wanting to get baptized, and I was talking to him a while back, and they want to do it out at their house. And so we're going to talk through that. And but they said they have because they have a pond out there. But they said, well, we have an alligator out in that pond. And then his wife was like, but he's friendly. He goes, whenever y'all baptize him, she said, I'll just turn my back and towards y'all, make sure that, I forget his name. I think it was like Henry or somebody. She goes, I'll just turn my back and make sure that Henry stays over there. And I'm like, keep Henry far away from us, man. So it's pretty. I love the culture change wherever you go, because you go to Central Texas, it's a whole different culture. Even though we're Texas, right? You go to Central Texas, then you come here to East Texas. Now, my home family, you know, back in Central Texas, ain't gonna like this. But it's so much more laid back here in East Texas. I don't think I would ever want to move back. Now, Bridget won't. She doesn't want to hear this. But I don't think I'd ever want to move back to that area. I just love it here.
Bridget wants to move back.
One day, you know, we got family there. And Georgetown's a beautiful town. It really is. I mean, but it's a nice town, but it's growing. And
it's grown a lot. A whole lot.
It's grown way too much. And I just love the atmosphere here, even as Huntsville continues to grow. And I'm going to say this, and some of you are going to disagree, but maybe it's because I don't look for it. I really don't look for it. And maybe that's why I don't notice it. But I can't think of more than 2 or 3 times where anyone in this town's been rude when I'm out in public. Everyone has been so friendly and so nice. And every time we go out to eat, from young men that are in junior high all the way up to grown men, will open the door for Bridget and my wife. Mm-hmm. You don't see that all over the place.
No, you don't.
And we'll be at a restaurant, and literally there'll be a whole group of high school guys. I'm talking high school boys, and high school boys are focused on one thing, and that's young ladies. You know how it is. When you're in high school, you're focused on the ladies, and you know. But they will open up the door for my wife. I've seen 3 or 4 of them get up and run to the door to open it up for her to make sure that door opens.
That's very nice.
And every time that happens, I tell I don't care if it's older man or if it's, you know, young kids and junior, I'll tell them, I said, that's the most respectful thing that you could have done today. And I said, thank you for that. And don't ever not do that. Right. Because that goes a long way. And that's just, I don't know, man. That's just the attitude of East Texas. Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It's laid back here. Is there any other place that you'd want to be?
I don't know any other place, but no,
some of your vacation spots you'd probably want to be.
Yeah. I mean, if I could live in Cozumel, that'd be okay.
If you could live in the all-inclusive Cozumel, you know, you'd be cool with that.
Yes.
I've been to Cozumel, but I went on a cruise ship, and you were the one that kind of told me that it's not the same.
It's not. You know, definitely not.
Bridget and I have talked about going on another cruise, though, just because of the child care aspect. They have child care. Mm-hmm. Well, Kay would agree with it. It's not child care on the cruise ship. It's daycare. It's just daycare. That's what it is. It's not child care. It's daycare. Kay always says that daycare is just where you go to leave your child and you pick them back up and hope they're alive.
Yeah.
They're not. I don't think on the cruise ship they're teaching the children much.
No, they're not.
They're not doing the Montessori method. They're
definitely not.
They're just like, here's the games, go play, and we'll change your diaper once every 5 hours.
Yes.
And hope it's okay. Anyway, speaking of which, one other thing I wanted to go over real quick this morning. Have you ever been on your way to something? Now, you have your daughter, so maybe this has happened to you when she was teeny tiny, where you feel good. You get up early. I'm having to get up early again because Bridget is working at 6 a.m. I mean, I always get up early, but I'm getting up a little bit earlier. You get up early. You get the little ones ready. Everything's going good. You know, my daughter's in this new clothes phase, whatever, but she's still all right. And I get the kids loaded. I'm like, man, this is great. 6:45. I'm going to be really a lot earlier. And your little boy's starting to talk nowadays. You get him in that. You start to put him in his car seat, and the first word that comes out of his poo-poo.
Yeah.
It's choking me up.
So true.
Oh, sorry, Karen. I told you I was losing my voice during that break. Man. So anyways, yeah, that's what happened this morning. We were ready to roll. Everything was smooth. Man, I was like, Monday is going to be the smoothest Monday I've had in a long time. And then, no, it was not.
Nope.
But luckily, he told me right when it happened, because this was one of those, not trying to get your Monday started on a poopy side.
Yeah. But if he hadn't told you,
If he hadn't told me,
it'd probably be all in the car seat and all up his back when you got to school.
100% what it would have been.
Yes.
And he's smiling, kicking his feet, and he talks all the time. And he's like, "Oh, poo-poo daddy." Well, thank you, Caden, for telling me. And this happened a few weeks ago, and I didn't realize it. Poor Charlotte over at Tomorrow's Promise had to, go home and change.
Oh, no.
Because I handed her Kate. I didn't see any. I promise I didn't see nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't smell nothing. She grabs him and then gave him a big hug and picked him up, and apparently it was all over his back.
Oh.
Got all over her.
Yuck.
She told me when I went to pick him up, they're like, "Hey, you know your son, da-da-da-da." I said, "No, I had no idea." Well, guess what happened when I picked him up? I looked in his car seat. I didn't realize it.
Oh.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't picture that one.
No.
So anyways.
Anyway, on to other things on Non-Mimosa Monday.
On to other subjects, Karen. I know tonight, we always talk about this on Mondays, but we want folks to come out and support Delphina. Y'all got a great thing continuing on. Let us know what's going on.
Yes, we had 10 teams last week. We have some teams that have even one person, and we've got some that have 10 or more. We don't limit that. So if you want to test out your trivia skills, come see us every Monday, 6 o'clock. We do trivia. Delphina offers bingo every Wednesday and karaoke on Thursday.
Yeah, so come out tonight and show up early. Get a bite to eat.
Yes. Come early and eat.
We've been door dashing once in a while. Not a whole lot because it's kind of expensive.
It's very expensive.
But Delphina's on a DoorDash.
Yeah, she is.
So we order it. Do you live in an area where you can DoorDash, or y'all kind of outside of an area to where you can DoorDash?
No, we could. We just don't. It's because it's really expensive.
Yeah, it adds up.
Very expensive.
Our neighbor every day, every single day, car pulls up and it's all they DoorDash every single day.
Wow.
And I started telling him, "Hey man, can I throw in like a 5 spot? Y'all just add in a little extra something for us next door." It is expensive, and I always wondered back in the day. Maybe someone wants to chime in on this, but it was like 10 years ago. They tried to start these type of services, and they didn't work out because they were so blessed expensive. People couldn't afford them. Now it's almost a given that if you order food like this, you're going to pay a ton of money for it.
Oh yeah.
Even the groceries, it's convenient, and Bridget has like HEB has the where they deliver your stuff. I don't remember what service it is now, but she pays some annual fee. It's like $99 a year, so you don't get charged the extra surcharges. But what they do is they add in the charges into the groceries, and so where if you paid maybe $4 for toothpaste, if you ordered it online and have it delivered, it's actually going to be $5.50. And I was educating Bridget on this one day. She goes, "Well, we pay $99 a year and everything else is included." I said, "Sweetheart, no, it doesn't." And I added it up. I took a list of what it would have been
if you had gone to buy it yourself.
If we went to do it ourselves, and it was about a savings of $40. And that's a lot right now in this economy.
Yeah.
So just be mindful of all of those services that they have to make money.
Yes, and they're going to make money.
Yeah, they're not in the game of like, let's make 10% and call it a day. No, they want to make at least 50% or more. I mean, otherwise it's not even lucrative for them to be in the business. So
I do curbside, but I've never done delivery.
Curbside, I don't think they jack up the prices. Yeah. I think they only charge a surcharge if you need it sooner or something, right?
Yes, if you need it quickly, it's like $7.95 or something like that.
Those poor curbside folks, they always look like they're in a rush. And
they are. They stay busy.
And you see them in the store, and then I don't ever want to bother them to ask them where stuff is, even though they're employees.
Because they're busy getting somebody else's order together. Yeah.
But they'll do that. Someone will come up and be, "Oh, do you know where the ketchup is?" I'm like, go ask somebody else, man. These people are shopping.
Or look on the app, because on your app it'll tell you what aisle it's on.
Do you do that? Do you add the groceries on the app first?
I do it online and do my curbside online.
So if you ever go in, here's a hint. This is what the show is about today. I was waiting, Karen, to figure out what it was about today. Here it is. This is what it is about today. This is the information you need to know on a Monday. And thank you to Karen Denman for the inspiration. If you add all of your groceries on the HEB app, there's a shopping list. I don't know why any other business doesn't do this, any other grocer. It will not only tell you where it is, it will put it in order. So as you go through the store, you don't wander back from here into here into here into here. It goes in order. And Bridget will give me a list and she'll, well, let's just do the curbside or let's have it delivered. I'll say, I'll just go pick it up because I'm in there for like 20 minutes when I use that app because you can check it off as you shop.
I did not know that.
It is super useful. I tried to do something similar at Kroger, and I'm not hating on Kroger, man, but there was nothing in order. And it took me 2 hours to shop for like 20 things. It was ridiculous because I would go over here for this and go over here for this. H-E-B has their grocery store down to a science of knowing that, man, if the apples are over here, there's also going to be this over here. If the lettuce is here, then I also know this other piece of produce is here. I'll go into some grocery stores, Karen, and I'll want granola bars, and then halfway across not halfway, the entire way across the grocery store is the cereal.
Yeah.
Put it together, man.
Right.
Your brain, when you think granola bar, you think breakfast.
Yes.
You think cereal.
Yes,
Put it together.
True. Yeah.
H-E-B understands it. They know what they're doing. And it's when we lived up in North Dakota, man, I was so bummed out because we didn't have nothing like H-E-B up. They had something called Hornbachers. And Mr. Hornbacher need to get with the program because
he needs to call Mr. H-E-B, doesn't
he needs to call up Henry Edward Butt and get his butt in order and get that taken care of because them people know what's going on. But yeah, it was not a fan. And up there, I guess Kroger was kind of prevalent. There's nothing wrong with Kroger. They're just expensive.
I don't ever go there because H-E-B's on my side of town, so that's usually where I go.
H-E-B, Brookshire, they're nice people, but they're just more expensive. H-E-B, nobody can compete with the prices. Aldi's all right if you want something cheap and quick. You ever go to Aldi's?
Yes, when I think about it, that's a neat little store. They have all different kind of cheeses and just neat little stuff over there in that little dairy section.
I got turned on to as a Harbor Freight fan.
I've never been in that store.
Yeah. Russell would probably like it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's like cheap tools, though.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff my brother told me, he's like, well, if you want to go get that and use it 5 times and go to Harbor Freight, because after the 6th time, it's going to break. But they do have some good stuff. I don't want to knock on them. And where I'm going with this, I wanted to mention this. Many of you probably saw on my Facebook, we have a power problem out in Elkins.
Yes.
Is this a Huntsville problem or just an Elkins problem?
It seems like when the wind blows, the power goes out there all the time.
That doesn't happen across the whole city, does it?
It doesn't.
Well, in our neighborhood, every single thing, I like what Kay, she said, every time a squirrel makes a certain noise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She says the power goes out.
Yes.
Out there.
Yes. That's true. It does seem like that.
I don't know what it is, but it literally goes out at least once a month. And I'm not talking for an hour. When it goes out, it's out for 5 to 8 hours. Have no idea why. And I'm thankful that we have the power that we have. But it's gotten to a point to where it is extreme, not just an annoyance and not just an inconvenience, but like a safety and a security thing for my family because I got 2 little ones. And I don't want my house to be burnt. Can we make it? Yeah, we can make it. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, look, first world problems. But I like the AC on. My children need the AC on.
It's too hot to be without AC.
Generac's great, and there's great people in our community that install them. I know McCafferty Electric does them. They do a great job putting those things in. And if you have the money, do it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Do it. If I had the money, trust me, I'd get a Generac in a heartbeat. Guess what? I don't have the money for it.
Right.
I don't have $15,000 laying around just to say here, and I could go to you guys for a loan, but I'm loaned out on y'all. I'm going to have to pay off a couple. You know what I'm saying? I'm loaned out, Karen.
Right.
So I started getting on the internet looking at, and that's a dangerous comment.
Oh,
right?
It is.
So I get on the internet and start looking, and I said, there's got to be a cheaper way to do this. Turns out there is. You put what's called an inlet plug on the outside of your house. You wire that into your breaker box with a 50-amp breaker, and then you're back feeding the panel, which means you're sending electricity back into the panel, which will in turn energize your house. There's a lot of safety things with this. One, I don't encourage anybody to get in that breaker box. It's deadly if you don't know what you're doing. I know, I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm not a licensed electrician. And I'm not going to say that phrase that I can't stand. Oh, no, just enough to be dangerous. Quit saying that phrase, please. It's annoying. Because people used to come into my computer shop. Oh, no, just enough to be dangerous. Haven't heard that one today, buddy. I've heard it like 20 times before you. There's lugs on those boxes. And if they're installed, they can be installed at the top or the bottom. they need to be at the top because gravity takes everything down. The problem is those lugs, there's a ton of amps coming out of those. It's not the voltage that'll kill you, it's the amps. The amps will kill you. And I guarantee if you touch those things, you're going to see Jesus a lot sooner than you probably would have wanted. And so I call them Jesus bolts. You don't touch those things.
Right.
And I decided, though, because the cost of an electrician and all this is super expensive. And I know some friends that have been in the business, and, you know, they can't tell you, hey, we told you, because they're licensed. They could get in trouble for that. But I know people that have been doing it forever. My dad's best friend, Mr. Vasquez, he passed away years ago. He always told me, if I ever worked with electricity, treat it with respect because it'll kill you. And that scared me as a kid.
That's true.
So I've always been very careful with electricity. And I like working with electricity. I put these up here, you know, at the church up here. We had some lights that used to be here, and we were eventually going to put some bars, and I put outlets up here. I like doing that kind of stuff. But I was nervous about putting in this 50-amp breaker because that's a lot. But I did it. I made sure I was wearing rubber gloves, jeans, long shirt. I mean, I maybe went overboard, but I was very careful. And I mounted that plug on the outside of the house, ran what's called 6-gauge wire into the electrical box. And by the way, if you do, I would encourage you to get a Generac if you can. Go to Walker County Federal Credit Union. They'll give you I guarantee if you got good credit, they will loan you the money to do something like that.
Yes.
I can say that confidently.
We want everybody to be cool.
Yeah. I didn't have the luxury. Where I'm going with this long, drawn-out story to take up time. I put that plug on the outside of the house. I ran it into the box, installed the 50-amp breaker, got a 13,000-watt generator at Harbor Freight. And did you know that thing is powerful enough now, and I can plug it in when there's a storm on the out. You run it on the out. Don't put it in the garage. Carbon monoxide will get you too. But I can run, and it even has a remote start, Karen. I can remotely start that bad boy. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's got a little button like your car. That thing was only $1,100. My wiring and everything else was about another $400. So I'm talking $1,500 all in versus $15,000.
Yeah.
And I tested it. Everything works fine. I had someone look at it. They said, yeah, you've done it right. I fired it up over the weekend on Saturday when I got that thing wired in. And guess what? Our AC works. And all the necessities all of our comfortable, not really necessities, but our comfort will be there if the power goes
AC
out.
is the main thing.
Yeah, it gets so hot. And the generator that I bought has 3 fuel types. You can do propane, natural gas, or regular gasoline. Natural gas, we don't have it at our house yet. We could get it. And then there would be virtually an endless supply because you get it from, the city or from CenterPoint. It's $29 a month is what my neighbor told me. He said that's all. He only has it for his generator. He pays $29 a month, and he said whenever we had that bad outage out there, we were without power for 5 days. It was ridiculous. He said his bill was only $80. That's cheaper than a hotel room.
Right.
And it powered his whole house. There's experts out there that are going to say, well, it's not a pure sine generator. It'll damage your electronics, or your air conditioner will break because it doesn't have a soft start. I get all that, but modern electronics now, they have switches in them that adapt to these generators. So even though it's not a pure sine generator, and that's just a fancy word for a frequency of electricity that puts out so it doesn't mess up stuff. Yes, my LED lights flicker a little bit, but you know what? At least I got light. So I encourage you, though.
And air conditioning.
Yeah, I got air conditioning and lights. And internet.
You can sit in the dark, that's fine, but the air conditioner's got to be working.
And internet and TV.
Right.
So we're good to go. But I encourage you, and I mention all this because I wanted to lead into this, get ready for hurricane season. We got to be prepared for hurricanes here in this area. And if you're new to this area like I was 5 years ago, you didn't think about it. But we are in hurricane season. We're in hurricane-prone area. And even though it doesn't happen often, you fast forward about 54 weeks ago, a little over a year ago, we had a Hurricane Beryl come through this area. And that thing got us. It was still a hurricane as it came through Huntsville, 75-mile-an-hour winds. And 2 trees fell on our house. And we're still recovering financially from that disaster, even though we had insurance and other help with it. So get prepared. What did you mention earlier, Karen, about the hurricane season? Remember we were talking about this?
Yes. Well, every year on the news, it seems like they say this is going to be, they're predicting this is going to be the most active hurricane season. They say that every year. And then sometimes we have one and sometimes we don't. But anyway, there is one named this year, Karen. So hopefully she'll be nice if she comes this way.
Yeah. And boy, what if that? I'm not speaking this and like it's going to happen, but boy, that'd be bad if that bad boy hit and came through Huntsville.
It would be. Yes.
Boy,
so
that could be great marketing for you, though. I can already
picture. I don't want to be associated with something bad.
No. It's not. It's not necessarily bad. Let's say that it comes, but it's good. Like nothing. No one gets hurt. Maybe some damage, but nothing gets hurt. Karen, if we do get to K this year, you may not like this, but I'd like to design a T-shirt with you that's a hurricane with your face in the middle of it. Can we do that? No. Hurricane Karen.
No.
I may do it, Karen, just for you, and we won't make it. We won't make it public. I'll just deliver it to your office. All right. Well, let's take one final break. When we come back, we'll do your time to shine. Many of you are commenting in. We'll get to more of those comments, and we'll also announce our winner today. It's your final opportunity to text in the keyword
fireworks.
Fireworks. That is it. Text it in to 936-339-0139. Again, that keyword is fireworks. Your chance to win $20 to Cat Cafe. We'll step aside. We'll take a brief break. We'll be right back. It's your show, brought to you by Walker County Federal Credit Union. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
This harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Braylon, say this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3.
All right, friends, welcome back as we wrap up here in just a few moments. Thanks for hanging out with us on
Non-Mimosa Monday.
Non-Mimosa Monday. Marvelous Monday.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, Saharan dust making its way in. Get you a little taste of the dust this week, Karen. You excited about that?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Dust parties outside. Everybody's throwing up banners. It's ain't nothing but a dust party. Karen will know some of these things that I'm mumbling because the pool parties, the jams back in the day. Dust is moving in. 93 today. We got a 20% chance of showers. We've been having a lot of rain.
We have been almost every day. Rains just a little bit.
I planted tomato plants over a month ago. I've only watered them twice, and they've been producing.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't had to because of the rain.
Yep.
It's been great. But today, 93, 20% chance, and then a little slight chance of showers tonight, low of 74. And then that dust, I feel that dust a-coming right up in my face. I'm going to be sneezing, and never mind. I'm not going to sing anymore. It's here. It's here, Johnny Cash. All week long, we'll have that dust in. It'll try to move out by Thursday, but the highs will be in the low to mid-90s. Your 4th of July is looking great for Friday. For those of you that will be here or heading out, hopefully wherever you're heading, it'll be nice. But here in Huntsville, a high of 93, mostly sunny, so not a terribly hot 4th of July.
But it will be hot. 93 is still hot.
93 and humid is going to make it feel great.
Yes.
And then as we get through the weekend, those temperatures are going to finally start inching up over the weekend. We'll be in the mid to high 90s. So it's pool season.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all started pool season already?
Oh, absolutely.
When does that start? Is it Memorial Day for you? Or
yes.
That's it?
Sometimes sooner if it's really hot.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be coming in, so get ready for that. A couple of things here I wanted to go over as we're back here with Karen from Walker County Federal Credit Union. Wanted to read this real quick. It was in 1930. This is pretty neat. 1930, the very first around the world radio broadcast happened. When we think of radio, we don't think of like our local station reaching outside of this area, right? Our local, typically they don't. But this was back in the day when radio was first invented and signals weren't really regulated. And there was a radio signal that went all the way around the world. That's a lot of power. If you get near that thing, you're going to be cooked, by the way. The towers were very high powered. This came from New York. Of course, though, people on the other side of the world didn't hear it because they were sleeping, Karen. They didn't know that it was happening. But pretty neat to think about. A radio broadcast, 1930, all the way around the world. 1936, the novel Gone with the Wind. Did you ever read any of those or watch any of those? Little House on the Prairie, those type of things?
I did watch Little House on the Prairie.
Well, that book, The Gone with the Wind, was first published. That was the book that made, frankly, my dear, I don't give a darn, more than just a household phrase. That was it back in the day. These are funny dad jokes, by the way. It was 1936. Congress, you'll love this one. Congress approved a 40-hour work week. So that's one more thing we can blame them for.
Yes.
We can blame them for that. So there you go. Today, International Asteroid Day. This would be cool for that nerdy guy that wears the shirts.
Yes.
Says, Asteroid Day. Yeah, don't wear that, please. International Cream Tea Day today. Never had a cream tea.
Ooh, that doesn't even sound good.
I bet you know what? It's one of those that don't, but it probably is.
It probably is.
National Outfit of the Day. Outfit of the Day. Social Media Day. And also National Meteor Watch Day today. So it's a little spacey, all that. Michael Phelps turns 40 years old today. Has more gold medals than a flour factory has. He is continuing to do things. How about Mike Tyson turning 59 years old today? Tyson, 59, still going, which is really cool. Jeff Bezos, a couple things you need to know. Did you hear about the big star-studded wedding?
The wedding? I heard about that.
Jeff Bezos marrying Lauren Sanchez, officially married. The couple tied the knot in a star-studded wedding in Venice. That was kind of they had tents and stuff, though, to where you couldn't see things. The media was all over it, but they couldn't get in and see things, obviously. But he spent millions upon millions of dollars
I'm sure he did.
on this wedding. Kind of crazy. Anyways, there's not really a whole lot else going on that you need to know, so we're not going to go over any of that stuff too much today. I do want to get to your time to shine, Karen. Let's crank the music back up for just a second because I've got a funny one for you, and it comes from Mama Daly. Did you know about this?
No.
Mama Daly commenting in earlier. She said, Hurricane Karen, I know her.
Thanks.
So thank you to Mama Daly. Hurricane Karen. You weren't a hurricane growing up, were you? Your mom is the sweetest
Never.
lady. I was so thankful when I went, and got to go see her. She always comments in, but whenever I went, to the service there, and I just felt tremendous joy when I met your mom for the first time.
Yes, she is a joy, that is for sure.
Just a wonderful, wonderful lady. But she says she knows Hurricane Carrot, so pretty
she
cool.
does.
Jamie Salas from Osprey Storage joining us. Good morning. How about Deep Clean Texas? That's Sky Carlton. Happy Monday, Huntsville. She's one of our ethical business directory members, and we called them to do some cleaning. Bridget was ecstatic. I surprised her. It was only $149 for a 3-hour clean.
Wow.
But it wasn't a deep clean, but it was a. This lady, for 3 hours, you just picked whatever you needed. Excuse me. She sent one of her girls over there. She did a phenomenal job, by the way. Cleaned up the bathrooms. Bridget, she's still raving about it. So if you need to get your home clean, go to deepcleantexas.com. We appreciate those. How about Kay Boning joining us from Tomorrow's Promise? Roger Burnett on with us today. Kay was laughing earlier. I think it was something probably about the child care and the daycare on the ship. Yeah. Appreciate you joining us. Kyle, by the way, said this earlier. He said, Kyle Kreiner, the brisketeer of Huntsville. He asked me if I left Buc-ee's with a onesie. I think they have adult onesies there.
I think they do, yes. Let's hope that you didn't get one of those.
No, but I'm thinking, should I buy one and wear it on the show?
No.
Or would I be like
Definitely not.
Would I be like that nerdy
You'll be
fishy
like the nerdy guy. Yeah,
forget that.
And people are going to talk about you.
Jay Elms earlier that we said, the Horn family joining us. Your mama saying hello. Kyle said that he needs to come to see you.
Okay,
Said
come
I
on.
think. Said I need to come see you, I think.
Give me a call.
Call her up.
We'll talk about it.
We'll figure it out. Walker County Federal Credit Union. If you need to get a Generac generator,
Yep, give me a call.
don't go through the financing from whoever sells them. Go through Walker County Federal. Jennifer Augustinetti with us this morning saying it's a marvelous Monday. Y'all have a blessed week. Marvelous Monday. I like that. Marvelous Monday. Is there any words you ever say like that? Like marvelous?
No.
That's why I like asking you this question, because I know what your answer is going to be. Like, no, not at all. Quentin Glaze, our number one engager. No, absolutely not. Quentin Glaze joining us. Good morning to you. And, hey, how about this, man? We love you, Jamie. He's joining us. Jamie Saucier and Nina said good morning. Nina and I love joining in with you guys every morning. And I just want to say, Jamie and Nina, we love you all so very much. And most importantly, I know that you know this, but know that the Lord loves you much more than any of us could ever love you. And they're just special folks here in our community, especially Nina. We just love her so much. And many others chiming in today as well. Unfortunately, Facebook changed their algorithm, and so I don't get to see all of the comments anymore. Let me just briefly look on my personal Facebook page here, Karen, because they comment here, and I don't get to see those anymore. And we do. There's 7 comments waiting right there. Michelle Cardenas.
Oh, hey, Michelle.
From the governor's office.
I really miss her.
She's been bragging. She sends me pictures of her hanging out with the gov.
Yeah.
So she's there. She will be at Casa Bingo on July the 18th.
Oh, great.
Are you going to that this year? Do you get to go to that?
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. How about our buddy Brian Adams joining us?
Hey, Brian.
Brian, hello, Huntsville. Happy Monday. Good morning, Rob and Karen. That's awesome. Good to see you, Brian. And Phyllis Dillard. She said Mike Tyson was on Fox and Friends this morning. How cool is that? Like, what would he be doing on the Fox News show?
Celebrating his birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Boom. He's probably, I won't get political. I just had like a million funny political thoughts through my head about Mike Tyson being on Fox. All right. Well, hey, that'll wrap it up. We got to get rolling. Some of you have texted in this morning. We'll call them after the show. We do have that $20 gift certificate to Cat Cafe. And by the way, I do want to remind you, if you text in today, you're in the running, obviously. We'll call someone. I'm going to do it off the show here in a minute because we got to get rolling. But if you text in that keyword fireworks, you can text in once a day, all week long. So if you don't win today, you can win again tomorrow. We'll be giving away prizes all week here on the show. So make sure you text in the keyword fireworks. Well, Karen, go by and see Karen tonight.
Yep.
Denise.
Come see me. Come
Rodeo.
see us at Trivia.
And that will be going. Get over there about 5:30, right?
Yep. Get you something to eat and drink and get ready to roll.
You have any teasers of what it could be tonight, possibly?
No, we used to do the rounds ahead of time, but unfortunately we don't usually know ourselves until the day of. So
That's like
it's a
being-
surprise to us too.
It's like this show. It's a surprise here on the show, right? So it works out great. Go tonight to Rodeo. It'll be a lot of fun. You're not only supporting Karen and Denise, but you're supporting a great business. It helps out Delphina. And, boy, local is so important here in this community. You know, we had VBS a couple of weeks ago, and in a crunch, I needed some of those real huge clips, you know, to like clip. I don't know if you wanted to clip like a bed sheet on something. I'm talking the metal alligator clips, I guess you call them. And, you know, my first thought was like, I better go run to Home Depot. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because the Ace Hardware store is right across the street. And it just clicked that I need to support local. And I went over there, and they immediately, what I needed, boom, 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 in and out. And I only had literally 15 minutes to get this done, Karen, when I realized. I was like, I got to get clips. I had 15 minutes till the kids started coming in. Ran over there and back and got that clipped within 15 minutes. That's the service.
It's a neat little store.
And that's like a little mini type Buc-ee's deal in there because
they got jewelry and dishes and all kinds of neat things. Yeah.
One day, Bridget and I it was at March to the Grave, not this year, but last year. We went for the annual Sam Houston March to the Grave. And what do? We stopped over there at Lindo and got something to eat. And then as we're walking back, I was like, oh, you know what? Let's go into the hardware store. I haven't been over here yet. We go in, not anticipating anything. And guess what? We walked out with clothes, all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
Clothes for our
They
kids.
do have a lot of neat stuff in there.
So support those local ones.
Yes.
All right. Well, that'll wrap it up. Karen, any final comments? Been fun today.
Yeah. Everybody have a great week. Have a safe 4th.
Yeah. Be careful. Have a safe 4th of July. And go by Walker County Federal Credit Union if you're looking for all things financial. If you got any questions whatsoever, and I always say this, just go in and talk to them about anything financial. And if they don't provide it, they're going to tell you they'll refer you out to somebody who can help. But just go to them first, whether it comes to car loans, auto loans, which is the same thing, car and auto, RVs. We got our golf cart loan there, personal loans, debt consolidation, and not even just loans, but maybe you're starting a new business. Well, every new business needs to have a bank account. Guess what? You can do it at Walker County Federal Credit Union.
That's right. Come see us.
Denise even helped me. You know, whenever I had first set up Hello Huntsville, I totally forgot about my EIN number. And Denise helped, and I knew I needed it, and I blanked on it.
Yep.
And Denise said, well, we need to get this, 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 and this. And she gave me some resources to help me get that right then.
Yep.
I didn't even have to leave.
Yep. You can go to irs.gov and get an EIN number.
She goes, yeah, you can just go here to the website and get it right away. And I said, well, you need me to go do that and come back? She's like, no, I'll wait. I did it right there. It was easy. Got it done. Got her what she needed right then. And that's the service you guys give people. So go and see them. Walker County Federal Credit Union right off Normal Park. Hey, as I end every show, I want to remind you this morning, friends, that we really aren't strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not. I want to remind you, please, provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support, because I know there are many, many people here in our community that needs help. You can be that person today to help somebody that needs it the most. I'll end with that, and I will say good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll be back tomorrow with our friends from Guardian Defense, Jason Thompson. Until then, so long. Good morning, Huntsville. And
Have
Karen,
a great week.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.